irresponsible without your money or not. Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Come like a bat of the hell, I David across like a reverend. And my energy paralyzed, I'm like I'm finger 11. Take a second, I'm finna send it like a parent. A message to the best. If it ain't me, then you need to a confession. You a mess. You ain't scary to me. Heard you was a leader, but that ain't apparent to me. Put dust on your cheetah, run up, man, I'm there in the seat. And I feel just like Vegeta Prince, and I'm an heir to the seat. For real. Touch the driver's sauce, so I don't even grab the wheel. That's on my chest, but it don't mean the man is stealing. Mean I'm walking with some money, man, I mean a couple mil. Ew, think you need a meal. You ain't even eating while I'm feasting in the field. That's why I'm always cheesing, cause I feel like Uncle Phil. And all those losers think the freshman ain't half the man as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hell in the clock.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
An opening past the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
Number 46.
A big pickup of 38.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
11 yards there, 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
On 2nd down now, Childress. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. On this one, losing yardage to the 7. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Devin Duvernay hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now a first down throw. Gone. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard.
Complete.
The numbers for Howard a week ago, 5 catches, 59 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12. Goff. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete to
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
He'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display.
Got to him before he had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. On 3rd down, Childress. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
3 on the play. 1st down, Lions.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 18-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball.
It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Gone. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. They've got his man. Complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. They'll run with Elliott. Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
That's good. We're a minute.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
The 23-yard line.
A shotgun snap for gone. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Elliott, toss right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And they have secured that spot in the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round 1.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get hung up on the fact that only one team now gets a bye in the 1st round. Win your division, get to the playoffs, celebrate that. And by the way, they are guaranteed a home game. That's a good way to start the playoffs.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Second and 9.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Open man is Duvernay. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's a gain of
23 yards, the final tally.
Detroit.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The Lions on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the Detroit Lions hit pay dirt.
Touchdown, Detroit.
So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Goff on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. To throw again on second down. Goff. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Goff throwing again. Quick throw here, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
First and 10 at the
again, Goff. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
second and a yard.
And he will find his man on the outside. Now we're signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 37. And the 10-year bet knocks it to the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come upon half. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Lions 14, Vikings 10.
Two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again is gone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
From the 50, it's gone. And he'll let one go deep for Howard. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
36 on the carry.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
The 36-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out, learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Childress. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
Another carry for
It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. Put a big-time drive in that situation.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott.
Number 21, Ezekiel.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles. And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving. And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game. And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score of Lions 21, Vikings 10.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's brought down.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there. Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Pickup on the play. 1st down, Lions.
They'll keep it on the ground. Childress, a good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
38, the ball carrier.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down. Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively. They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working.
They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
The tackle made.
There to stop it was Carlton Davis.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Complete.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to.
Going for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. It's a foot race. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on, you're not done in the 4th. That's going to be caught by Judy. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the side, ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Goff now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
To the air again, Goff. And he finds Howard complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Gun, Goff. The kidder here, it's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the 1st down. Goff now looking to throw. Completes it to Judy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Draw play, Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the Lions' 14-yard line.
Again, it's Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Brought down right at
no gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Down and 6.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Lions 21, Vikings
So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will wind up the Lions' first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On first down, Boston. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Childress. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Detroit, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.